The cantor leads the sung prayer of the assembly and proclaims the word of God in song. And that might be in a church that has other musicians, a music group or an organist perhaps. But it's probably more important in a church where there are no other musicians to help accompany the singing, so the congregation are singing unaccompanied. And you don't have to have perfect pitch or be able to read music to be a cantor. Simply think about whether the song starts high or medium or low, and whether the tune moves up or down from that starting point. Well, it's important that we invite the congregation to join in singing, and we can use a slow, clear, short spoken introduction. We Sing Together, hymn number 326, is effective and appropriate. By contrast, hymn number 326 is just a statement, and it doesn't invite or elicit a response. And even worse, perhaps, hymn number 326 was written in 19th century Manchester by an exponent of the Oxford movement, which promoted the restoration of certain liturgical practices in the Anglican Church. Well, that's terrible. It's a programme note. It has no place in the Mass. We're inviting the congregation to join in, not just using our words, but in the way that we relate to the people in the congregation. So it's important that we stand somewhere visible without blocking the central focus of the liturgy. And we can animate the assembly by using good eye contact and perhaps also showing how the tune moves through the air. If it's higher up, you put your hand a little bit higher, and lower down a little bit lower. You don't have to do anything too complicated. Sometimes just to raise your hand as a gesture of invitation for the congregation to join in singing is helpful. So if you stand with your feet hip width apart, that's going to give you a solid base. And you might also like to rest your hand or put your fingertips onto a substantial piece of furniture and take very deep breaths in and out. And of course, with your facial expression, smile. And if something goes wrong, smile more. Using a microphone can be helpful, particularly if you don't feel you can project your voice very well, or if you're cantoring in a large church. But cantoring is about the sound of the congregation singing together, much more than it is about you singing. So you might use the microphone to start the song and then step back once the congregation have taken that up.